Hello students, how are you? Welcome to Eduauraa. I am your biology faculty, Ms. Prajakta Palande. And in this session, we are going to start with biological interactions. So students, I am teaching you about mutualism. You already know that mutualism is an interaction where both the organisms derive a mutual benefit from each other. Also, that mutualism is a compulsory. That means it is an obligatory interaction. So we have done some examples. Now if I ask you pollination, you know what pollination is, right? Transfer of pollen grain from the anther to the stigma is called pollination. So pollination needs pollinators like insects, like bees, etc., or birds, bats. So this interaction between those animals and the plants, that is the flowers, is this mutualism? Let's see. So now the flower, it wants pollination to occur. So what it does is, it will become brightly colored, the flowers will be large, and it will produce nectar. What is nectar? Nectar is a sugary fluid. So that is the effort that the plant took or the flowers took. Let's talk about insects because insects carry out the maximum animal-related pollination. So now insects will go to the flower, one, because of the fragrance, and second, because flowers appear pretty. But why are they actually going there? The main reason is for that nectar. That nectar is the insect's food. So the insect goes to the flower for nectar. So is the insect deriving any benefit out here? Then yes, right? It is getting food. The nectar is the insect's food. So that's one benefit. Now while it is collecting nectar from different flowers, what will happen is pollination will also occur. So here, both of them are getting the benefit. So pollination is also an example of mutualism. Okay? Now I'm going to give you this really bewildering and a very different type of an example. And the relationship is between a type of orchid. The orchid is called Ophrys. I'll repeat, the type of orchid is Ophrys. And the Ophrys has a relationship with bees. Now, normally you would be like, okay, flower, bees. It must be pollination. It is pollination, but not the regular type. Let's see what's different here. Now, the orchid has petals. Now, out of those petals, one of the orchid's petal looks like a female bee. The orchid flower does not produce any nectar. What it does is, one of the petals looks like a female bee. You'll be like, what? Why? That is because, now I am specifically talking about male bees, okay? So the male bee is flying like this, yeah? So this male bee looks at that petal thinking that it is a female bee. And that's it. So the male will go to that petal which it thinks is a female and it would want to carry out sexual intercourse, which we know is called copulation. But wait, it is not really a female, right? So in this case, it becomes pseudo-copulation. I want you to remember this term. It is called pseudo because false. Copulation. So this male bee will carry out the pseudo-copulation in that flower, and from that flower it goes to another flower and another round of pseudo-copulation, and then to the third flower and third round of pseudo-copulation. So you'll be like, what is happening here? Here, while it is going from one Ophrys flower to the other to the next, pollination is occurring. So with that, it is me, Prajakta Palande, signing off. I'll see you in the next session. You keep on watching Eduauraa.